My wonderful, beautiful, amazing birthday, Virgos. Happy birthday to all Virgos, to my beautiful followers, fledglings, but also especially to the ones who haven't subscribed as of yet. But I feel like that all Virgos always need to be acknowledged during their beautiful birthday season between August and September for that matter. But anyway, so I'm so glad that you guys can join me today. But anyway, I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing your general love reading, your 5-card spread. But before I do that, I first want to offer these 12 red roses first as a birthday gift because I feel like any Virgo out there always deserves any type of gift, from something big to something small, as a bouquet of roses for that matter, but also as a token of my love and appreciation for your love, support, and devotion towards my channel as well. And thank you again so much for joining me today. So this 5-card love reading includes, so the first card represents you, the second the other person, the third the relationship, fourth the past, and fifth the future. Then I'm going to draw a Vampire Oracle for you, and then a Favole, and one card from the Tarot Interdit Vampiria. Let's get started with card number review, and you get Judgment, Scorpio energy. Grand Announcement City, my goodness. I see engagements, I see marriage. I mean, it's not quite like the Hierophant, but any kind of grand announcement. It could result in marriage and engagements for that matter. But you could also be heading off towards maybe any kind of new blissful outcome and maybe a new fledgling baby, pet, whatever it may be in other ways. But there's definitely, a grand announcement that's taking place, especially coming from your side. But this is also kind of like a sense of clarity as well in other ways, because Judgment is like suddenly something just dawned on you, reality kicks in, whatever it may be. And that's also what the Judgment is also about, is that it's pretty much kind of coming to some really good understanding about something. It could be, that you've underestimated a relationship and now you pretty much are actually, just thinking, wow, I'm actually, excited about being with this person, meeting this person in other ways as well. But on a silver lining, positive and maybe potentially a negative side, divorce or breakup. Because the thing is, it's like, there is that kind of saying, it's called how love blinds one of us, you, whoever it may be. Because, love is a very strong and powerful, drug, in the sense where you pretty much just feel serotonin and dopamine just washing all over you when you get your first hug, your first kiss, your first caress, anything, that just brings out this euphoric feeling, that you've never felt before, maybe in a long time or anywhere. Or even when you get acknowledged for the first time, that suddenly just already, awakens up this very beautiful moment within yourself where you just think, wow, I'm so in love with this person because this person acknowledged me, this person held my hand, this person named me, what have you, and stuff like that. Beautiful, moments and stuff like that. But then the problem is, if you fall for, love, like, you pretty much just think, oh goodness, I just don't know how I can get out of this situation. My mind I can't escape. I can't stop thinking about this person. I need to be with them and stuff like that. What happens then is then you end up becoming very obsessive and compulsive, and you pretty much just think, okay, it's like, oh goodness, this is now turning into a big problem because, I can't stop thinking about them. I keep having dreams about them and stuff like that. But anyway, there's definitely going to be some grand announcements, some dawning, whatever it may be in other ways. I mean, personally, I love dawns all myself, but, I can't, be around for the rest of the time to experience the sunrise in other ways. But anyway. The other person, 4 of Cups. Okay, so, there's definitely, let's look at you for a moment. For the ones who are single or maybe in a relationship, but let's say that these two resonate for you, is that suddenly, there's a sense of clarity and understanding about something. And there's going to be some kind of offering taking place, but you're in a hesitant mindset about this whole offering. I would definitely let it be known if you're really not interested in this person, whoever it may be, man, woman, of course. The point, what I want to say here is that, yeah, you should really, be open, to any kind of communication, because if you definitely just think, what, I once upon a time fell in love with this person, but now, it's like I'm starting to see the red flags of whatever it may be, and now there's an offering heading towards me in other ways, what, I'm going to have to rethink this. And do whatever it takes, because you're a realistic, rational earth sign in the sense where you pretty much already have that common sense within you, because if something just doesn't seem right, I would not, approach and not think, well, let's just, keep open mind. Nothing ventured is nothing gained. Well, of course, 100% your prerogative on whatever you do, and always forgive yourself for any mistakes that may have come, in other ways. But the most important thing is if something really just doesn't seem right, is just literally think, okay, I'm just going to have to take off towards a different direction in other ways as well. But it could also be how you could also, yeah, that you're the one that's really motivated, and the other person who you could be approaching has also been on the hesitant side as well. And maybe, whatever, kind of offering is going to be taking place. I mean, my goodness, these blood packs do kind of make me a bit thirsty, though. Anyway, but other than that, the thing is, it's like, yeah, if the other person kind of seems hesitant with any kind of offerings, also respect and just also think, okay, it's like maybe, it's like, you have this desire to want to be with this person, but the other person is thinking, okay, I'm not quite there yet, or maybe, well, for any other, reason, for them and stuff like that. Because relationship, Eight of Cups, like I said, if something just doesn't seem right, is head out, just walk away and stuff like that. Because the thing is, life is definitely too short. Trust me, I had my mortal coil taken away from me. And if you even get a chance, to even watch one of my previous videos about the casket girls, I want to know what your thoughts are. If you actually, what you actually think about the whole time frame about that whole, casket girls, and how I pretty much feel kind of involved in it somehow. But other than that, I'm going to leave it at that and go back to your beautiful reading. Is in the sense where you pretty much just think, I'm going to have to walk away from this. Because, it's like, this could also be, judgment, clarity heading towards you, and you're hesitant about any kind of, like, relationship, where the other person still sees something, like, potential in this relationship, but here you are just taking off and thinking, you know what, I'm just going to head off, I'm just going to walk away. And, because, it's interesting, because, yeah, what was it, yeah, I believe you are a mutable sign, are you not? But other than that, if you pretty much just think, okay, there's definitely hesitancy, I really want to rethink this and stuff like that, take a break, what have you, that's 100% your prerogative in other ways. Though in the past you got the Five of Swords, there was some battle to be won, and so maybe, it's like that's what put you in a sense of clarity, where maybe, either, you won over this person's battle, over, the love battle, where you pretty much did whatever it took, but now clarity is putting you also in a hesitancy as well. And that's kind of like, I think I did mention this in one of your previous love readings about be careful what you wish for and stuff like that, because maybe, this was, at the time it was a dream come true when you met this man and woman of your dreams, and you thought, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm actually with them right now. Euphoric and beautiful, and I hope it's actually still working out for you in current times. However, the thing is also be careful what you wish for, because it might eventually come true and turn into a real big nightmare. Because here you probably, went over some person's heart, and now, but something is finally dawning on you, and now it's putting you also in a hesitancy position, and now you pretty much have the desire to want to walk away as well. So, but of course, if you're in a long-term, blissful, loving, long-term relationship and stuff like that, I hope the best for you on so many ways and stuff like that. Though, in the future, you do get the Knight of Cups, a potential offering heading towards you in other ways. Yeah, the thing is, it's like having offerings are beautiful, it really gives you that sense of actually thinking, wow, I'm loved, I'm cherished, I'm admired, people, they see potential in me and stuff like that. Any kind of offerings are beautiful. But just mind you, is that there's not always going to be the perfect outcome or the perfect person in any way, because, everybody always has their transgressions. Everybody has, like, their dark past. Everybody has their mannerisms. Everybody has whatever and so forth, what have you. But there's definitely an offering taking place. And just like, you were probably very hesitant, but maybe you might be very open-minded about this upcoming offering from this Knight of Cups in the future as well, of whoever it may be. Because Oracle wants to say death rites, saying goodbye, formal occasion, and honoring lives. Now, this is kind of like a rebirthing kind of card, because it reminds me kind of the death card, and thank goodness it's not the death card. But this is definitely like some kind of, revival of something, maybe you are actually walking away from, your current relationship. Maybe you actually took a break from your current husband, wife, and stuff like that, because, you were incredibly hesitant about some kind of offering taking place. Yes, this was you kind of just also, winning over this person's heart and stuff like that. But now this is kind of where you're in a position where, yeah, it finally dawns on you on what you want to head off towards and stuff like that. And you could be heading off towards, a rebirthings moment. Let's say that you had your first conflict with your current spouse, your lover, your companion, whoever you're currently with. And then, you pretty much just think, goodness, why did that have to happen? Okay, well, let's, maybe do some offerings and let's try to, yeah, have an open-hearted and discussion or communication with each other in the future. And let's have a rebirthing moment and let's try to we'll move on and of course, forgive each other for that big conflict or that small conflict we just experienced and stuff like that in other ways. But that's kind of what this rebirthing is all about. Okay. Because Favole wants to continue on with Five of Butterflies, also known as the Five of Swords. Yep, there's definitely a battle to be won in the future. And the thing is it's a very beautiful, it could be a beautiful battle. I hopefully it's not going to be some kind of divorce or yeah, any kind of like whole negative, breakups kind of battle. But anyway, I do see that maybe you guys are going to be having like this maybe beautiful formal occasion or maybe honoring lives. But should you guys be saying goodbye somehow in other ways because of this, death rights card, okay, 100% your prerogative, no judgment ever coming from me. I'm just your tarot guide in the form of a vampire. But if there's a battle in the future, tell it to be won because you did win some kind of battle in the past. Always just, will take good care of yourself in any way and heal and to love yourself unconditionally. Because Le Tarot Interdit Vampiria wants to finish off with La Force, also known as strength. So either you're going to have a lot of strength because of this upcoming battle that you're going to be winning, or you could end up with a Leo for that matter. Maybe you personally have Leo placements in your star chart, rising moon Venus, Mars, other placements and stuff like that. But I do see either confidence, strength, passion, or maybe, it's like, well, you could also end up just thinking, okay, I'm going to divorce this person in the future, and it's going to put me in a very confident position because that's where it finally dawned on you when you actually realize, you know what? I've been, through this relationship for so long now, I pretty much feel like a breakup and a divorce is required so I can actually have this sense of clarity in my life as well. But of course, you could also, mend any kind of relationship, and it could also put you in a very confident position as well, saying, okay, we've been through this bit of a, setback or this kind of, conflict and stuff like that. But now ever since we pretty much just kind of, expressed our thoughts and feelings about each other, now everything is just working out. And now we're, our relationship is strong and confident again. But again, it is a general reading, so take it how it resonates. But that's what I have for my Virgos for today. But anyway, well, thank you so much for joining me today. I love you guys incredibly. I want to wish all the best of luck on where this journey may take you and stuff like that. But again, happy birthday to all beautiful Virgos out in this world, to my followers, fledglings, to all Virgos who haven't subscribed as of yet. But always feel free to always browse through my channel if you're ever interested, of course. But otherwise, in a few days, I'm going back to general readings. So for now, I'm just doing love and generals. But I'm also open for personal readings, even birthday readings if you're ever interested in a birthday reading. But please feel free to browse through the project page web link with the different types of prices for personal readings. But other than that, I love you guys incredibly. Take good care of yourself, and best of luck on your beautiful life's journey.